Too quiet, raise game slightly? Absolutely not. What I will do is lower the in-game volume, and then you can turn your master volume up on your side. Which is open volume mixer. And then pull this down a little bit. Okay, that'll do. You don't want the game volume at 99%, I assure you. Master volume is maxed here? Well, you gotta get the freaking Nicki Minaj super bass headphones then. You gotta put that bass amplifier in.
What have you got?
Looks like a drug overdose.
Get away from him, Phelps. This is my case.
Shut your fucking mouth. Since when does a bagman work a case?
I knew this
What is a
creep was on the
bagman?
morphine heist. Victim of his own product.
Hey, detective! Can we back it off a notch? This is getting out of hand.
Is it time to
Hey!
talk? Is it time to shut up?
Get out of here with your reasonable discourse. We're about to shoot a
Courtney
dude.
Sheldon was a corpsman, Roy. He served his country. He went out with a medical kit and an Army 45 into places that made the Valley of Death look like a picnic. He was either naive enough or dumb enough to get involved in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, along with...
Is that how you spell
the mayor,
naive?
The DA, Monroe...
With a double-dotted I?
Crooked cop. He was involved in the morphine heist, but he has a puncture wound in his jugular, which makes this a murder case. He was a better man than you'll ever know. You say one more word about him and I will blow your fucking head off!
You finally lost it, partner.
I have a pretty good idea why Sheldon is dead. And I know about Monroe. Your vast, corrupt future is draining away as we speak.
I got better things to do than argue the rub with you.
Stay with him until the coroner gets here.
And dude
Make sure
is
technical services bags the evidence.
on the telephone in
If you
2
let this
seconds.
creep anywhere
Excuse me,
near-
phone lady, could you buy me a ticket to Mexico?
Yes, sir. You know, Phelps, you're not the worst asshole going around.
Thanks, Herschel.
Sick. Remember when Roy used to be a decent dude? Yeah, for a while he was only like a little racist, and then all of a sudden he's like into all this corruption stuff as well. Herschel is like 100% cool. He's the less annoying Rusty. Absolutely correct. Are we talking about Roy or Rob? Is it true the next subscriber stream game you're going to play is going to be an anime visual novel? Absolutely not. I like your game plan, though, is just like, hey, is it true that thing that I want to happen is going to happen, and then hope that I let social anxiety and inertia just kind of carry it the rest of the way? Rats, roaches, and flies. And free quotes. What is this? A dictionary? Please. Okay. You should take the exterminator van. You know, normally I would, but this thing has incredible acceleration. It's like Mathis's 2016 Toyota Corolla. Except for when Herschel congratulates that guy for burning his ex's house down. Look, I think you have to accept that in the 1940s, they had different standards, okay? Good, these are not cinematic bushes that stop our car. You know, they're acting in keeping with the norms of the generation of which they're a part of. They seem antiquated and backwards now, but... you know, if we were born in that era, we might feel the same way. Not as Roy, though. Roy is indefensible.
Are you drunk, mister, or are you just cracked?
How so? How so? I drove here perfectly. I parked 2 inches away from the curb. Nothing wrong with that. Are you drunk, mister, or just cracked? Why? Because I'm going to an exterminator's place?
Welcome to Nuclear. What can I do you for?
Are we actually
I work
playing
for the
Fallout
DA.
now?
I need to speak with an exterminator, big guy with a cowboy accent.
We have only 3 people work here. Me and 2
This is the
Mexicans.
doctor.
They're both on the scrawny side.
Thanks for your help.
Sam has taken me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
That's it? Maybe he thinks you're drunk because you've got blood dripping down your arm? Okay, that is fair.
Goddamn Harry thinks he could get fresh whenever he pleases.
You know that this isn't like an anonymous complaint box, like I'm a human being. I don't know who Harry is. I don't even know what it means to get fresh. Excuse me. One of the few times I've deserved that in this game. In 5 years, everything will be done by robots. Yeah, if you believe Mouth. By 2025, the Blue Brain Project is going to completely reverse engineer the human mind. Thanks a lot, Switzerland. When did Cole Phelps shapeshift into this young boy? It was when they, it's just like real life. It's like if 2 men sleep with the same woman, they can warg back and forth into each other's penises. It's an interesting phenomenon. Cole Phelps was probably the first green seer. Unpopular opinion, I like Kelso more than Phelps. I don't think that's that unpopular. I think that's a relatively popular opinion. The best I've ever driven. It's an easy way to keep in touch with your family? What a terrible way to phrase that.
I work for the DA. I'm looking for a big cowboy, does extermination. Anyone like that working
It
here?
really sounds like he's trying to
Well-
buy drugs.
I wouldn't want to get anyone into any trouble.
We could do this the hard way. An address?
Yeah, he lives in a bunkhouse on the remains of the old Rancho Rincon.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice iPad, nerd. Why don't you get a Generation 1 with a touchscreen instead of weird baked pulp? Hey, I know my arm is bleeding, but you got any big cowboy for me? Oh, no.
Cole, you made it.
What's this got to do with me, Rusty?
Dr. Fontaine, prominent shrink, dead in his patient's room, spine snapped like a twig. The suspect is one of his mental patients.
I've met Fontaine.
His last patient was Elsa Lichtman, Cole. She's missing. Nurse said that she saw some big Boris Karloff type carry her out of here.
The best thing that you can do to help me, Rusty, is let me take a look around.
Sure thing, Cole. This way.
Rusty's face is like very unique shade of purple today. Yeah, this stuff happened at the end of last week's show. Stop blowing your smoke in my face, you
Take your
weirdo.
time. I'll give you and the doctor some privacy.
New suit? Oh. Yep, that's a lighter, all right. Flick it, boy? I don't know any lighter tricks. I'll just be honest with you.
of your own creation, Dr. Fontaine.
Could barely even
I've heard
use a
that
lighter.
story somewhere before.
Takes such incredible thumb dexterity. I think we're good there. Newspapers. Dude, we might collect every newspaper.
That goddamn pet lunatic of yours is burning down our houses.
Keep your voice down, Leland. Control is of the essence.
Keep a voice down. You know how much these sons of bitches charge for lunch? Fuck 'em.
Leland.
Ham sandwich is
solve our
75
problems by
cents. It's
announcing
highway
it to the
robbery.
general public. We only speed ourselves on our way to the gallows.
Can I get a single wedge of lemon and 3 ice cubes in a glass,
Speaking of
please?
which, I've had to dispose of our young medical student. What?
Certainly are a cold character, Harlan.
He has a friend called Kelso who knows all about the development on Normandy Avenue.
I know about Kelso.
And you thought it unimportant to inform
I
me.
thought I could take care of it.
Have you?
This must be
No, I
before we
haven't.
shot him in the leg, murdered all of his staff, and left him to
Kelso
bleed
works
out
for
on the
Vince.
floor of his own
Is
office.
he
But
reliable?
No, he's totally unreliable. But he has so many pernicious habits, he's got nowhere to run.
Can you take care of Kelso?
Don't push me, Harlan. Get rid of the fruitcake. It's no longer necessary. I'll take care of Jack Kelso.
is that Denethor, Steward of Gondor? It's actually Stewart, the Denethor of Gondor, in Lord of Los Angeles. Excuse me, sir. Correct. It's not Denethor, but it is the same actor. I thought that maybe was implied, but okay, this looks bad.
So much
Stem
for your
cells.
foresight, Doctor.
Regeneration trinket from afterbirth. New suit. Omega suit. Outfits. We've already seen all the suits. We've seen all 7. I'll go Sword of Justice. It's a classic. Were you in here when I was changing, Herschel? Leland, listed below are the properties you wanted accounted for. My associate has visited each and made a thorough survey, and from what he tells me, I gather these families and residents no longer require the assistance provided by our relocation program. I get it. Golden Boy?
Fontaine was having
Okay.
houses burned for Monroe.
Herschel Likey. Dude, Sharpshooter is not the worst suit. Come on. Ooh, just a little vintage tap-tap action.
Monroe wasn't happy. People started dying and it attracted attention. He and the doctor lost control.
It's a Joy Division song. Harlan, this was not our arrangement. Your associate is overstepping his mark. Get him under control or I will take whatever action is necessary. Oh, Lord. Sure. Courtney was having paranoid delusions. Golden Boy.
Good doctor has been marking this map.
Oh, here we go. Dude, you know it's the final mission because they're bringing all the mechanics back. All I can hope is that we have like a
Edgewood
late
Grove.
game chase where we get to
McCarthy
run across
Vista,
collapsing pillars and swing on a
Crescent
chandelier.
Heights, Rancho Escondido. Do those names mean anything to you, Herschel?
Yeah. How come?
Rancho Escondido is my favorite brand of tequila. Just ask Rusty. McCarthy Vista is what I call the hangover cure. It's a raw egg and a liter of hot sauce, submerged in a glass of whiskey. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. I see. Rancho Escondido. Escondido. We will go to the... Okay. Understand now. Yeah, yeah,
New
yeah.
houses, all being built in the path of the freeway?
It's a high-tech operation. Do not do that again? Well, for Champions of Fire, one of the games has Despacito in it, so I have to practice. I still don't know any of the lyrics. except Despacito. And then there is a point in the song where one of the guys goes, Suda, 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 Suda! Oh, got my Champions of Fire ticket ready? Let's go. I'm excited for the spectacle of live, high-octane sports entertainment. Why does this dude have a picture of U.S. President James Buchanan in his office? Not commonly considered a top-tier president necessarily, but more power to you. Did you know Despacito is about fucking a girl real good? No, it's about fucking a girl real well. Superman fucks real good. So apparently Despacito translates to go slower or something like that, right? In Beat Fever, when Despacito plays, it's like at a normal BPM, but then when you hit the notes to do Despacito, it slows way down. So like the whole note chart stops moving, except at like 40% of the original speeds. Despacito, now we return to the beats per minute. Means slowly. Alright. Fair enough. What are the US president power rankings? I mean, I think you gotta throw Abraham Lincoln up there on the top. There's some that I think are like indisputable. Abe Lincoln near the top is definitely one of those indisputable things. George Washington somewhere in the top 5. Probably FDR, but that one, you know, it's still semi-recent history, so it might be a little bit rawer for some people. What about Martin Van Buren? Oh, you mean the 8th president of the, oh, I didn't get it. Where have we missed clues here? I'm not running around in circles, I just don't know where the last clue is. Use intuition? I don't think we have any. Yeah, we're out of intuition points, dude. We don't want ting. We want doo-doo. See, we're like, what is that? That's like a piano crash. You've got to have Nixon in the top 10. I don't believe that. Don't believe that you have to have Nixon in the top 10. Richard Nixon does have one of my favorite quotes, though, and it's no joke. That's when he said, you know, David Frost says to him, are you saying when you were the president, you did acts that were illegal? And then Richard Nixon says, I'm saying when you're the president, it's not illegal. And I'm like, obviously that's audacious. But my dude is like actually also telling the truth. It was, even though he's villainous to some extent, I think that's like a you can't handle the truth sort of moment. When the president does it, it isn't illegal. If I took a drone and dropped a, you know, a liter of napalm on somebody, I would go to jail. If the president does it, he wins a Nobel Peace Prize. In the room between the tiny desk and the big room. Okay. Napalm is no longer illegal? It is if you're the president. Okay. In the room between the tiny desk and the big desk. Right, yeah. Thank you for your feedback.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Dude, Frost v. Nixon is like an actual 10 out of 10 movie. Prepare your Twitter. For what? Napalm is a war crime now? Look, I was just using napalm as an example. I'm begging you. Let me out of here. It's the white cabinet. The other white cat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, we're telling you it's the worst example, though? Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't do my research about, you know, what is and is not recently added to the Geneva Convention before I started my video game stream today. Top 3 worst are Andrew Johnson, Richard Nixon, and Andrew Jackson. I think it's a controversial opinion. I think you'd...
Not about insurance.
Top 3 worst are probably like William Henry Harrison,
The government reclaims the
Warren
land
G.
path of the
Harding.
freeway and pays the improved value of the land with the new houses sitting on it.
What about the stiffs who paid their deposits?
Worst case, they get their money back. But the syndicate pockets millions on the improved value of the land.
So where does Jack's boss come into it?
That's only 2, but...
He's the key. He carries the insurance. The insurance proves how much the houses are worth.
And they're worth nothing?
Firewood, all of them.
That's about as neat a scam as you can imagine. How are we going to prove any of this, Cole? Doctor's dead. Monroe nearly bled to death. If they get Jack...
We need the firebug. The Okie cowboy. Get him, get Elsa. Get him, get all of them.
Yeah, but what about Olaf and the other characters from Frozen? Like the moose that can talk, and then also there's the dude who is friends with the moose that can talk, and then don't forget about Anna. The moose couldn't talk? Oh, you haven't seen Frozen 2 yet? Because not everybody's a shareholder in Michael Eisner's Disney Corporation. The moose can talk and just chooses not to. That's my headcanon, at least. Excuse me, I'm looking for Big Cowboy.
Guess nobody's home.
Kick the door. Let's go. Chat, why is Rob so angry at the NFL? I don't know, that was the last message I saw on Skype from Rob was, Jesus Christ, the NFL can just go suck on my nuts.
45 or an
They
M1.
did it to
This is
us
pretty
again.
extreme.
No, I don't think Rob is mad about players kneeling for the national anthem. But I am, dude. I mean, okay, let's not, even as a joke. Wait, was it? Yeah, yeah, excuse me? I'm getting the doo-doos, though. Kelso is powered by sheer will at this point. My dude is bled out. Like, he's been legally dead 5 times over the course of this show so far. There is indeed a show tomorrow. I'll say it as many times as is necessary. Monday and Wednesday there will be a show. Thursday there will not be a show. I'll be 35,000 feet in the air getting quadruple digit scores in Crossy Road. Did I just hear that door close behind me? What about, like, top 5 worst Canadian prime ministers? See, honestly, I could probably only name, like, 10 Canadian prime ministers.
I need to get back inside.
And that makes me very sad.
The only way I can finish this thing is to put a name to that bastard.
Because it makes me recognize that I think I know more about, you know, American history than I know about Canadian history. There was a William Mackenzie King who met Adolf Hitler and said he's a pretty good guy, but I don't know really what he did for policy. There's Sir Robert Borden, who nobody ever remembers.
Quite a flock you got.
And as a
kid.
result, I want to say that he didn't do a great job, but I could be wrong. There was Kim Campbell and Joe Clark, each of which were prime minister for like less than a year. You live in a mansion. I forgot the rest of the fortune teller things. Is there going to be a Tuesday show? No, because Tuesday is my birthday. So Kate and I are going to hang out and do not stream stuff. Who was that guy who smoked a bunch of crack? That was Rob Ford. He wasn't the prime minister. He was just the mayor of the largest city by far. Oh, insta-heat. Well, I mean, of course you can, like, people are like, you need to name 6 more prime ministers. We got Justin Trudeau, Stephen Harper, Paul Martin, Jean Chrétien, Joe Clark, Kim Campbell, Brian Mulroney, Pierre Trudeau, Lester B. Pearson, John Diefenbaker. I just don't know what any of them did, okay? I'm being honest with you. Didn't John Diefenbaker cancel the Avro Arrow, and as a result, we hate him? But Lester B. Pearson was sweet. They named that, like, Peace Prize after him. Who's considered the best prime minister in Canadian history? I honestly don't know. These are not made-up names. Have you missed our first prime minister? Well, I was just going backwards, okay? Of course, Sir John A. Macdonald made his home in the Limestone City. Who reps Canada and civilization? It's probably Lester B. Pearson.
I know those faces. Jesus Christ, I know every one of them.
Canada's not in Civ? No, it's in one of the, like, 85,000 DLC packs. How many UK prime ministers can you name? Don't take too much offense to this, but there's, like, a period within the last 10 years where you guys have had, like, 18 prime ministers and yet no regime change. Like, you had David Cameron, then you had, like, Ed Miliband or something, and then David Cameron was back. And then you got Theresa May, but she's like, I don't know. It's like people keep switching back and forth. I'm unfamiliar with UK politics. Ed was never prime minister? I gotta stop reading late night Twitter. Gordon Brown, that's the other one. What about Ed Sheeran? What about Jeremy Corbyn? It was literally David Cameron for 11 years. Don't you guys have term limits? Or is it just like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? You know any Irish prime ministers? Not without accidentally probably being a little offensive. There are 2 main rooms you should be checking out, sweet Jesus. Looking for down. There we go. More origami.
A strange obsession.
I mean, I can't be too surprised. In Canada, we don't have term limits either. It's just like a coincidence that, you know, after 2 terms, people tend not to be reelected. Let's go. My dude, Why do you need so many toilets if you live by yourself? They also don't have maps in Canada, apparently. Pardon me. I heard the doo-doo. How long is the term in Canada? It's supposed to be 4 years, but again, there was a period for like 8 years where it was only a minority government, so we had non-confidence votes every 16 seconds. I got really, really good at voting because we got so much practice at it. This guy's got all the pieces of evidence. Name 3 Swedish prime ministers? Dude, you don't need to go that deep. I can't name 1 Swedish prime minister. Unless we count, like, freaking Gustav Adolphus. Yeah, I know it said 1 out of 50, okay? Stick to the edges. Name 3 U.S. vice presidents. I can probably name more American vice presidents than Canadian prime ministers, and that's the sad thing, dude. I mean, you got Mike Pence, Joe Biden, Dick Cheney, Al Gore, Dan Quayle. Going back now. Who was Ronald Reagan's vice president? It does not make sense that it would be Richard Nixon. That would be very bold. It was George H.W. Bush. Okay. Please. Oh, we got it. We got one.
The river tunnels. This guy's a tunnel rat. Oh my God, Ira. You poor backwards son of a bitch.
Oh, we've done it. Chase sequence. Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
Peterson, I'm going to need some help. I've got Monroe, Fontaine, and all the others. It's all tied up nicely. It goes all the way to the top.
Well, yes, I am using the telephone right next to the gasoline deposit.
First Street Bridge in half an hour. Don't ask questions. Just be there.
Dude, peep that paper bag. Could be a burrito or something. Whole Foods tortilla chips.
This is DA's investigator Jack Kelso. I have an urgent radio message for Detective Cole Phelps.
There's your hat. The one time you need a hat. It's like 10,000 suits when all you need is a hat.
11K, see the man. A 207 just occurred on the spillway north of the First Street Bridge. DA's investigator Jack
Is this broadcast coming from the past?
in the Alley River tunnel system with a hostage. 11K,
Roger
Alpha
that.
3.
The hell is Jack playing at? Like a suicide note. Half the LAPD will be down there hunting for him.
We need to get there first.
All units on all frequencies stand by. Car 86 Adam is
Hey, Herschel, do you hear those voices
heading southwest
in your head?
on Sunset Boulevard. Suspect vehicle belonging to Jack Kelso, described as a Navy Chevrolet Fleetline. License
It's
number
raining
4,
inside of the car.
0286. Car 86 Adam is in pursuit.
I picked up his car. I'll need help to make it to the river.
Riveting. Names 3 South Korean prime ministers. There's the new guy. And then there's the lady who got impeached because she was doing, like, she was part of a cult that did blood magic. And then there's Honorable President Lee Myung-bak.
Extremely dangerous. Suspect vehicle to be disabled immediately. If necessary, use of deadly force is authorized.
All units, suspect vehicle headed west on 5th Street. Repeat, the Chevy Fleetline Navy Blue. Westbound 5th Street.
Hey!
Jesus Christ. How many cops do these guys own?
All units. We have a new suspect vehicle. It is shop number 13516. Repeating, shop
Excuse me?
13516.
You put out an APB on Cole Phelps?
Suspect vehicle, described as a green Hudson Commodore.
Best be prepared.
License 3 Sam 0102. Reported to be aiding suspect Jack Kelso. Use caution and continue pursuit. All units
You have to save him?
stand by for
Dude, I'm saving him. What's the problem? I'm providing an incredible bulwark to his success. God, they don't make American cars like this anymore.
Los Angeles passing 2nd Street. Car 66 Adam, 77 Adam, go to 1st and Alameda. Car 19 William, go to 1st and Vignes. Repeat,
Go to 1st and Victor?
Units to handle, identify, code 3.
all units. Further to the
Sorry,
suspect
phone lady.
vehicle, Shop 13516. Chief Morrow has authorized the use of deadly force. Repeat, use of deadly force is authorized in disabling
You
both
just lost a
suspect
tire
vehicles.
for no reason. See you later. Okay, now that you gotta still take the turn safely. He's actually doing good? No, what is this, Despacito? Daddy Yankee does good. Superman does well. Name one emperor of the
Who's this
Byzantine
guy?
Empire.
Peterson, assistant
D.A.E.
What's he doing?
Basilius.
He's here to cover our backs.
I'm going in there, Jack.
No one's trying to stop you. I found this at the ranch house. He's marked his routes. I'll go in here. Cole, you take the next entrance. Biggs, I need you to take the car and cover this spot here. I think that's his fail-safe exit. Cole, he's one of ours.
What are you talking about?
Right where you
Stop right
Got
where
it,
you
got
are.
Peterson, you want to be DA? We'll earn your salt.
So, Kelso is your boy, Peterson? And working with Phelps? A handy lad, that Kelso.
Yes, he is, Chief. You can't imagine what those two have uncovered. It
You
could go
record this on a
all the way to the top.
Freaking talk boy or
I
something?
hope you won't be implicated.
So, you're the new broom, Peterson?
Looks like it.
And you think he'll make it out of there alive?
I think he might. He's a difficult boy to get rid of.
All right, Peterson. I'm listening. What's your offer?
What do you mean, what's my offer? NL, is Despacito the only song you know from this decade? No. I know every song on the Beat Fever soundtrack. Dude, I gotta be honest, the Beat Fever soundtrack is full of bangers.
Keep on going, Jack.
It has my well-publicized favorite song from the Millennium, the one where the guy goes, "Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. She is always right there when I need her." It's got Super Bass by Nicki Minaj, Pitchfork Media's #1 best song of 2011. It has Despacito. It has Maroon 5's magnum opus, Moves Like Jagger.
How long do you think you can hold out?
I got you now, motherfucker!
Wow! It's the 40s, dude. We don't talk like that. Give me your hat and your gun, please. E, space, right click. E, F, G, pick up the gun. Control.
He's there, right there!
Q.
God damn!
Good one. Nighty-night, you piece of shit. There are other songs in the soundtrack. I'm trying to think of what they are. Nothing's coming to mind. Wait, no, it has... I got a party in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it, show it, show it, show it. This is Wolf's main, dude. Did he just fire a grenade launcher at me?
Christ. Just missed.
Squeeze through. Squeeze through. Come on. It's the 1940s. You got a BMI that can let you squeeze through there. They haven't even invented potato chips yet. Everyone's favorite snack is like a handful of salt.
He's around here somewhere.
I'll be honest, only one song you've mentioned so far could even be conceived of as a banger. Wait, but there's more. I'm just trying to think of what they are.
You want me? You got it.
He moonwalked. Super Bass is a banger. I 100% agree with you. Super Bass is a genuine banger. That's a great song. Oh, you know what song it has? And I really do not like this song. But I think chat's gonna be like, this is the real banger. It's the one that goes, darling, all I know are sad songs and something wrong. And then it goes, you know that one? I believe
You're
it's called
surrounded and
I
your
Took a
buddies
Pill
are
in
dead.
Ibiza. Not a problem. The Home Improvement theme song. Dan 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 dan. Yeah, one. Okay. Hot in here, not making the soundtrack, unfortunately. NL only listens to garbage music. This is on the Beat Fever soundtrack. This is not my personal choice.
You can walk out of here or go out in the box. Your choice.
Danger, deep water. What's your favorite garbage song, NL?
How long do you think you can hold out?
The one from the soundtrack to Amplitude, the 2004 Harmonix rhythm game. Ooh, with your cherry lips and golden curls, you come a grown man past where you were walking past me something.
This is what I'm good at.
Is All-Star a part of the track list? Sadly, no.
Throw out the guns.
Hey, let me in. Let me in. Let me. Can I? Where are we going? What was your album of the year for 2016?
You want me? You got it.
Dr. Dre, Chronic. The stairs on the right? Yeah, that's what I was going for, is the stairs on the right.
You're surrounded and... This one's got your name on.
First, you take the hat. It's a demoralization technique. Oh, peeking is so broken. I'm proud of you for keeping your hat so far. Dude, we're never gonna lose the hat. It can't be lost. What is this pose, my dude?
The water's rising.
It's the Legend of Zelda. Do it. Do it. I'm peeking. I'm left peeking. You actually can't see me. I have a 100% view of your whole body. You're alright, Kelso. You're alright. Just gotta make it to the ladder, my dude. Keep pressing on. Now, I don't want to tell you how to live your life, Kelso, but have you ever thought about swimming instead of walking? Just throwing that out there. Can't swim in that kind of current? Maybe you can. Austin can. You just gotta put your shoulders in. Hey! No! You took my hat. And they'll never get it back. Hell yes! Well, you wanna just maybe jump over it? Can't swim up a waterfall? What if you just kick your legs? They keep trying to play the dramatic music, but I also just keep getting lost, so it's like dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, and I'm like, okay, where are we going here? Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Oh, did we already go down through this tunnel? Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun.
Are you okay, Princess?
I felt better. He saved me from the doctor.
Hi, Tex. Do you remember me?
I'm not sure that I do. Have you come here to kill her?
Why would I do that, soldier?
Isn't that why you're all here?
I'm here to get her out.
Her. But not me. You haven't come.
This is the first boss
No,
from
not
Siphon
you.
Filter.
It ends here.
You were with the 6th on Sugarloaf, weren't you?
I was?
And Naha?
Yes, I was.
You're Sergeant Jack Kelso, aren't you? Where's your uniform, Sarge?
At home in my locker, Hogaboom. War's over, soldier.
I know that, Sarge. I'm fighting a different kind of war. I fight for God now.
We all fight for God, Ira.
In our own ways. Not everybody knows it.
Elsa! Are you all right? Get away from her! It's all right, Cole. He doesn't want to hurt her. Ira was with us on Okinawa.
What?
Man.
You know this guy?
Cole Phelps.
Don't you remember me, Lieutenant?
The wet hair look is
No.
not great.
I don't.
I gotta
you
be
wanted me
honest.
to burn that cave, Lieutenant. That cave full of civilians. A hospital.
What is he talking about?
It was war. For God's sake, I can't be held responsible for everything that happened.
I don't blame you, Lieutenant. You helped me to help other people.
Ira lost his mind on Okinawa, Princess.
Sheldon asked the doctor to help
I
him.
told you, don't
The
call me that,
doctor
Jack.
helped me to find my path. And I helped him to a better life.
Elsa's going to leave now, Ira. She will be all right. You've helped her, too. Get her out of here. Biggs will help. His exit is nearby.
Jack, I need this guy to make the case.
Hasn't this poor bastard given you
Please tell me
enough?
we interrogate him
Get
now.
out of here now!
For God's sake, Jack! What are you going to do?
Don't cry, miss. Sergeant Kelso has come to help ease my way. I was proud to serve with you, Jack.
Get out of here, Cole!
Oh, it's a strong current. How do you like being yelled at, Princess?
we do, Lieutenant? Jesus, look at all the kids! Stop the goddamn screaming! I need to think!
And how do you expect to do that, you fucking maniac? They're burned to a crisp!
Finish them off. Do it humanely. We are leaving this place.
You do it, Phelps! Get your own fucking hands dirty! I'm out of morphine!
Put these people out of their pain. Now! That's an order!
Wow, really makes you think.
Everyone out of here now. Double time! You two get Lieutenant Phelps to an aid station. Weapons team will be blowing this place in 2 minutes. Everything that happened in here stays in here. Do you hear me? I don't want to ever hear another word about it.
So you're just gonna, like, leave him? Alright.
Killed that man!
He was doing him a favor, Elsa.
I mean, yeah, Phelps might not be a great leader, but at the same time, like, did my dude deserve to get shot in the back?
Get out of here! I'm not arguing.
You're wounded, Jack. Let me help.
What are you waiting for? Jump, Cole! Jump for it!
Goodbye. I don't mean to, like, take all the sensitivity out of the ending. It was just the way he said it was. He was so resigned. He was like, I'm gonna jump, and then he looked and he was like, goodbye. At least he's gonna be buried with his hat.
We're gathered here to honor Detective Cole Phelps. Cole Phelps was the best kind of man.
Is that Roy?
Here, here. A war hero who led his men with true valor.
Yo, Cole, you best, like, punch your way through that coffin.
His personal bravery achieved one of his
In no
country's
world does
highest
Roy
honors.
get to give your eulogy.
A cop wrongly accused who never lost his faith in the LAPD and the system.
Fine. You belittle his memory.
Elsa,
Out of my way, Jack. You call yourself his friend.
a detective who fought to expose the evil corruption of the murderous Dr. Fontaine and the rapacious property tycoon Leyland Monroe.
Go to her. Will you, Herschel?
A reformer who
You were never his
recognized
friend,
the need to
Jack.
remove the odd bad apple from a department
right.
made up of good men.
Herschel?
A man who never gave up.
Yeah, Jack.
Who continued
never
to
his
fight
enemy.
the good fight.
I think you knew that, Jack.
The fight that cost him his own life. A good husband. A good father. And may I say, a good friend.
I don't, but, like, so I just find myself perturbed. Did we not expose the conspiracy? Like, Jack, you got the keys to expose them. The DA got bought out right outside of the tunnel. That makes sense. Okay. I see. I wasn't paying close enough attention and I missed the reading between the lines. So my controversial opinion on LA Noire, good game. Probably would benefit from not being literally 28 hours long. But to be fair, it was probably about 30% longer than it needed to be because I'm blind, more or less. This seems like the kind of situation where, like, if they didn't have to make a game that sold 15 million copies because it's being produced by Rockstar, this could have been like a really cool 8-hour-long actual detective game with a lot less filler content. Instead, I mean, he got it. There was some. The interrogation stuff was really cool, but there was also quite a lot of like, there he is, and then you just chase after him over and over and over and over and over. Are you saying you didn't like the bulldozer section? Okay, the bulldozer section was a little silly. I'll give you that. I think it's better than a 6 out of 10. I think it's like a 7.5, 8. In my opinion, at least. Crane game was top tier. Chandelier was a lot of fun. Yeah. What about the tar pit section? I forgot. Watch your step, Phelps. One wrong move and you're wasted. This or Crime and Punishment? I mean, I think this is better. As much as I like Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments, like 40% of the missions in that game were also like not that good. A few of them were a lot of fun, and like 3 of them were, they felt like fillers. So I like that game, but I think LA Noire is probably a little better. We'll probably do, like, we got basically 2 hours. I think we'll do a little Geo. We might do a lot of Geo, a little Champions of Fire. We might do 50-50 split. We might do 75-25 Geo. We'll see. I'm trying to give the credits the respect they deserve. How many people named Adam worked on this game? That's too many. 100-0? Yeah, well, I ain't winning 10 grand playing GeoGuessr, am I? Partners tier list? I don't even know. Who was our first partner? It was the... Oh, yeah, Kowalski, right? So I think it's like Herschel, Kowalski, Rusty, Roy. I'd give you 10K if you ever beat me, but let's be real. His name's not Kowalski, it's Bukowski. Who's Kowalski? Somebody in this game was Kowalski. Unless I'm literally thinking of A Streetcar Named Desire. Roy has to be the bottom, though. That's like the easiest money. Chad Todd Hunter. There has never been a Chadlier name than Chad Todd Hunter. Some of these names are extremely top tier. Deborah Christofferson. Dennis Cockrum. These are amazing names. Is it like a prerequisite to be an actor? You need to have like a sick-ass name that makes you sound like a baron from the 18th century?
Here we go. Let's get loud. Let's get loud.
Alright, the density started to filter out a little bit. Jack Impellizzeri. Great name. Paul McCarthy Boyington. the Duke of Edinburgh. J. Patrick Cormack, owner of the largest newspaper in North America. Kowalski played MP Stephen Vadge. Captain Morgan spiced cum. Dick sucked by a Christmas friend. Come on, you gotta give me some more good names. I'm begging you. Brantley M. Dunaway, pretty good. R&I, Melanie Marno, that's Phone Lady. The real MVP. Why are you listing them? Maybe it's in order of appearance? I don't know, that's weird. Oh, I see. There's only 18 male pedestrians, but 23 female pedestrians. This is the future that liberals want. The local population. These are faces scanned in to be like extras, I guess. But all the detectives were men? Well, it is 1947. Frank thinks he can get fresh whenever he wants. This is like a Ubisoft game when you finish it. Have I ever done this bit? I think I've done this bit before, but I still believe it. It's freaking it's 2017. Sorry, I had to get myself out of my method acting. It's 2017. Do we really need credits at the end of the movie? We have IMDb. I'm not trying to say that I don't appreciate the work that the best boys and the gaffers and the lighting specialists and, you know, the extra who played, you know, classmate number 9. I'm not saying they didn't do good work, but like, I just don't understand the concept of having like the resume at the end. Like it's for the you're gonna watch this and be proud. Yeah, exactly. If it was like a Jim Carrey movie, and they put some sweet outtakes in here, I'd be 100% down. A lot of artists and film crew deserve to have their names be visible. Their names are visible, dude. On the IMDb page. Not everybody checks the IMDb page. Nobody remembers who gaffered anything here. The whole world and perhaps the future may not use IMDb. The whole world doesn't revolve around you. I'm saying I know the whole world doesn't revolve around me. You gotta tell whoever the best boy was for Team Bondi. What, 1 million people have to see his name just because he did the lighting? I don't know what a best
How
boy
about
is.
this for a headline? Guess which former 6th Marine hero has been promoted in the LAPD? No idea.
Well, could be anybody.
You give up? Tell us or hand over the fucking paper. The Shadow, boys. Our very own Silver Star winning son of a bitch. Phelps?
He didn't die, Jack. He did just fine, and that's all we're going to say about it, right?
The one and only. Look at this picture. Golden boy getting his badge, wife and kids in tow, and looking awful humble in the process. Well, he's that phony bastard.
I wonder if they've been holding my job for me after all this time.
What job was that?
Mechanic.
Ain't you seen all the war bond movies, Sarge? All the best mechanics is women. You're gonna have to work as a gigolo from here on in.
I was a bus driver in Santa Cruz. No pictures in the papers or medals for me, though.
I can't believe I just went through Petaloo and Okinawa just to go back to being a washing machine mechanic.
Yo, but Cole Phelps got shot in the chest by his friend.
that way, guys.
What are you talking about? It's always gonna be that way.
Do you have any idea what you guys are sitting on?
Yeah, a ship full of Army surplus.
You're sitting on surplus morphine. 2 tons of it. Can you imagine what that's worth on the streets? Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You're shitting me.
I'm not.
You're talking about stealing it?
Yeah, why be a mechanic when we could be thieves?
You want to have us all thrown in the brig?
God damn it, Sheldon. You want to go into the dope business?
No. I want to be in the peace dividend business.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means I want the guys who fought for a better future to get some share of it. You interested, Jack?
Come on, Top. We could all get out from under. Oh, it's the chance of our lives.
It's everyone or no one, boys.
I'm not having a bar of it, Courtney. You may be the bravest person I have ever met, but I swear to God, trouble follows you around like a pet fucking dog. I thought you wanted to try for medical school.
So what do you want, Jack? What's the future got in store for you?
You guys were all heroes in the war. Every single one of you. Even if your next door neighbor or your wife never know it and don't give a rat's ass.
You're goddamn right, Jack Kelso.
Fuck belts and medals and citations and parades. Fuck the public who are bored with returning GIs. I have nothing but respect for what
What's
you guys
amazing for this
and the
is
rest
that
of the six
obviously
have done.
the speech went over really terribly
You go
because
through
every
this,
single one of these guys turned to a life of crime.
You'll be nothing to me.
What an incredible speech, except for the fact that as soon as you left, everybody was like, all right, get the crowbar. It's morphine time. Well, there you go. Post-credits scene. How can you have a post-credits scene if you don't have credits? QED, Northern Lion, QED. It's morphine time, boys. Go, go, Power Rangers. It's an opioid epidemic. Go, go, Morphine Rangers. I will never wear a fedora to Champions of Fire